Hi, welcome back to my channel and another day in the life. So it's finally here, the much promised and much talked about daily routine. So the reason I was holding back on doing this video is basically just because I didn't know exactly how to do it, because as I've mentioned before, my morning routine lasts up until 8 o'clock in the morning, and right now, because of the time of year it is, it's dark at that time, so I wasn't sure how I was going to do it, because there's quite a lot of things, as you'll see, that I can't really film afterwards, so I couldn't, do the whole morning routine a few hours later, because it wouldn't work. Let's just dive in. So for the past month, I've been waking up at 5:55. Now this is normal to me. This was quite early when I started doing this, but I've now gotten used to it. And the first thing I do when I wake up is have a drink and then head over to the bathroom to wash my face, to wake myself up a bit. And then I'll make my bed and finally just get dressed. So this takes me up to it'll now be normally around 6:05 in the morning. And I'll get ready for a new bit of my morning routine that I introduced a month ago. And it's what's making me stick to my 5:55 wake up time. And it's the morning energizer call. So it's a Zoom call organized by my mum, and there's about 10 of us in it. We don't all join every single day, but it goes from 6:10 till 6:30 in the morning. So then at 6:30, I'll normally read for about a quarter of an hour. Right now I'm still reading The Source, like I mentioned in in one of my last vlogs. And then at 6:45, I'll answer messages. So this is something that I don't really like to do. I find it very time consuming, and I like to just get it out of the way as soon as possible in the day, especially if I know I've only got a 15-minute slot. I'll dedicate it to going full on answering emails, because I've got 4 emails I have to check. 2 are my own, and then 1 is from Workers Flow and the other is from Bloom. I'll spend that 15 minutes up until 7 o'clock just going through emails and answering any messages I may have on social media. Then at 7 o'clock, it's time for Knox's walk. I think this is definitely his favorite part of the morning routine. This is the part that I wasn't sure how I was going to film, because it's obviously very dark out still. We normally go for a nice walk, a half-an-hour walk, in the area that we have nearby. That's a nice kind of wooded area, but it's not got pine trees, it's got eucalyptus trees, and it leads out onto the beach. And we also have an amazing view of Málaga city. And at the end of our walk, we get a lovely sunrise. So this, I try to work it out. The reason I do it in this order is so that I can go and see the sunrise with Knoxs. It's a lovely way to start the day. And for it to be the first time out and about, it's absolutely lovely. I love it. I love that part of my morning. And then at 7:30, it's breakfast time. This might be my favorite part. I love breakfast, and right now the breakfast I'm loving and have been having for the past month is toast with a banana, hard-boiled egg, and a cup of tea. This has been, like I say, a favorite at the moment, but yeah. And then that brings us to 8 o'clock, and 8 o'clock is when I start my work day. I talked about in the last video how I had to make a kind of work schedule, because I just felt like I wasn't being my most productive, because I had so many projects going on that I'd sit in front of my, when I got to 8 o'clock, I'd sit kind of in front of my computer and just kind of end up wasting time, basically, trying to decide what I was going to do, and then I'd end up, I'm human, I ended up falling the social media black hole. And yeah, so I actually decided that, as for me, social media, I'm not a big fan of it, really. I don't spend all that much time on my phone in general, but I do have a lot of accounts that I have to upload images to, or content to, I should say. So I decided that from 8 till 9 o'clock, I was going to spend it on getting all my posts ready for the day. So I don't post that time, but I'll get it all up and ready so that later on, at the time I do want to post it, I just have to press post and that's it. I don't have to spend time, with all the hashtags and all that kind of stuff. So from 8 till 9, I'll actually spend time just getting, because I've got my own Instagram, I've got Workers Flow Instagram, I've got my mum Live and Breathe Horses Instagram and YouTube. So it's just, like I say, it's just an hour out of my day that I take out just for that, so that I don't do it at all different times. And while I'm doing it, kind of get sucked into feeds and all that kind of stuff. And then it just coincides that most days I then at 9 go out and do my sport. So at the moment I'm going to the gym, and depending on the day I'll be doing different kinds of exercises. But yeah, I'll go, and then when I come back at 10, half 10, depending on the day, I'll then work until lunchtime. So yes, that is my early morning get out of bed and wake up to get ready for the day routine, followed by kind of summary of what the rest of my morning looks like. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'd love to hear what your morning routine is and at what time you get up, if you're more of a morning person or a more of a night owl. I'm definitely a morning person, always have been. I love the feeling of being awake before the world, if you know what I mean. So being awake while it's still dark outside and just doing my things quietly and calmly inside, and then going out, seeing the sunrise, and then coming back and starting my day. I find it's the way that works best for me, and it's what I'm doing right now. Like I've mentioned in previous vlogs, I love to change things up, so I don't know how long this exact routine will last for, but they're always similar. I always do kind of similar time frames. I might just change up the order of the things I do, or I might swap something out for something new and try it out. But yes, thank you very much for being here with me this morning, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.